I was in the car. He was at the back and his workers carried him. Question. Before you got to the hospital, what happened? Wumi, on our way going back to the hospital, there was traffic at Orchard Road. And while we were going, the driver looked back and held his hand and said his hand was getting cold. Mr. T.E. Olawale, my lord, because of the time of the court, all these questions have been asked severally. You should go to new questions that has not been asked by the state council, and she's a widow. She's still mourning her husband. But the proceeding on behalf of the family. At what point was he confirmed dead? Wumi, when we got to the hospital, Coroner Hospital, Mr. David Fadley, was a certificate issued to you by the hospital that confirmed him dead? Wumi, no. The court, what was their reason? Wumi, I do not know. They didn't allow me to go to the room with him. It was his brother and Bami that went to the room with him. Mr. David Fadley, after he was confirmed dead, where did you take his body to? Wumi, after he was confirmed dead at the second hospital? Question, yes. Wumi, I entered another Uber. I don't know how I got to the house, but I knew it was another Uber that took me home. When we got to the house, people started coming. Question, the cops, you said you arrived at the hospital. Wumi, yes. Question, and the hospital confirmed him dead. Wumi, yes. Question, the certificate of his death was not issued to you, but the hospital confirmed that he was brought in dead. Wumi, yes. No, I think it was the second hospital. Question, whether it was the first or second hospital, they confirmed that he was brought in dead. Wumi, yes. Question, but there was no medical certificate issued. Wumi, yes. The corpse of Mohbad, where did you take it to? Wumi, the corpse was taken home by his cousin, Darusha, and his brother, Atra, to our house in Orchard. Question, why was the corpse not taken to the morgue? Wumi, at this point, I did not know anything. Question, so you are not in charge of your home, is that what you are saying? Wumi, I am in charge of my home, but by the time my husband died, I barely remember anything. I was not in my right senses. I did not understand anything at that point. I just saw that they took him inside the car and took him home, and I knew it was another Uber that took me home. So they took his corpse back to the house? Wumi, yes. Question, at that point, did you make any contact or calls? Wumi, I didn't know where I dropped my phone. Question, I have a couple of allegations, probably in form of allegations, and you can use this forum to clear those allegations. The court, counsel, at this point, any question that would attack the character should not be asked. We are here to find out what caused the death of the deceased. Question, there was an allegation that online. Wumi, let me read that piece again. Question, what happened to the issue of Canadian visa that he got without letting you know and you were angry with him? Wumi, I was not angry with him. Myself and my father-in-law used to be best of friends. We eat from the same table and drink from the same cup. He was my best of friends, my right hand in my marriage. With faith with him, and God was how I had my baby Liam. He walked up to me and said the Holy Spirit told him that myself, him and my husband should fast for 7 days and we will have a baby, which we did. And while I was pregnant, He will bring fruits, vegetables, foodstuffs, and everything to me while I was pregnant. We were best of friends. I did not kill my husband, and my husband loved me so much. I know that all these allegations coming across me is from my father-in-law. God sees my heart. He was my best friend. Sometimes I call him to visit me whenever I am bored. That was how close we are. I'm not trying to hide that I am guilty, but I'm just surprised and disappointed about so many things happening. The only issue between me and my father-in-law was when I had my baby and he told me to give him the placenta. Question. I did not ask you those questions. Wumi, please let me talk. I know where this attack is coming from. Ma, you are also a woman. Please let me talk. I never wronged him. I loved him like a father. I was the one that started this Coroner inquest. The court. The only way you can get justice for your husband you so much love is to listen to the questions. Answer the questions that has been asked. Wumi, he said I was fighting my husband for Canadian visa, which never happened. The court. That is the answer. Just answer the questions you are being asked, because when you open the door for more questions, you might not like it at the end of the day. Wumi, there have been so many allegations. The court, let the allegations be asked, then you would answer one step at a time. Wumi, a lot of lies have been coming and I want to clear the air. The court, everybody knows that and the court sympathizes with you. Please calm down. How old are you? Wumi, I am 24. The court. I myself, my daughter is about 25 years old. I can feel your pain and what is going on in your head. Wumi, a lot. They want to kill me, but I will not die for my child. The court. You have to calm down to answer this question so that justice will be served. Please face the court and answer the questions. Do you want your family member to get you water? Wumi, yes, ma'am. Question by Mr. David Fadili. I recap my question. On Monday, 11 September 2023, there was a quarrel between you and your husband as regards the fact that he got a Canadian visa for himself without letting you know. Wumi, nothing as such happened. That day, we were just gisting and we see each other as best friends. And we usually talk about everything, and sometimes we are in the room for a week. Sometimes we would not step out for 2 days. And the day we talked about Canadian visa, I was the one that posted it on the media. Nobody knew it. That day, we were talking and we wanted to have my baby outside the country, but we did not have enough money then. When he left the label last year, he left with 0 naira. And when I had my baby at April, there was no enough money. He said he does not want his child to clock a year in this country, that he wanted my child to school outside your country. And I kept postponing him. And that day, he said he did not want the baby to grow up in this country. And he knows the kind of music he does, and many people do not love him. And did I see that ever since we had our baby, he did not post him on the media. He said a lot of people are watching after him, and if they don't get to him, they may get to his child or wife. And I used to query him that why doesn't he post me on the media? And he will say that he's trying to take me away from them. And you know that me, I'm a bad boy. I am stubborn. They may get to me and my child. He said he really wants us to travel out of the country. And he said I should leave him alone to face these people, which are his oppressors. And he said I should travel with the child. And he doesn't want Liam to clock a year in Nigeria. And I asked how he was going to cope. And he said I should not worry, that I will give him a reason for him to come over to the States often. And that most of his shows will come from overseas because his family would be there. And that day, he almost knelt down begging me. He was so emotional. that day. I didn't know what came over him. He was telling me please, and he said for his baby's sake, he doesn't want to post his face to the world until he is a year. And by the time he posts him, nobody will know their whereabouts. And I said, okay, I've heard. And that was the day he said I should collect it. He was the one doing Liam's passport himself. And he put a call over to the person that I was the one coming to collect the passport. And that day, I joked with him that if I travel, I'm a stay-at-home mom. How am I going to be feeding? And he said it jokingly that I will use his lawyer and that he will sign undertaking that he will not cheat on me and my son when we get to the States. And I said himself and his lawyer will do us on that day. We are still joking. That Monday, we spoke till 3:40 a.m. on Tuesday. We were gisting, and I really did not know my husband would die in the afternoon. And he didn't even want me to sleep, and he wanted to play with me, and I said I was tired, and he held his baby to his chest and slept till the next day. There was nothing like fighting about Canadian visa because he knows I do not like living here. There was no quarrel. Question: around what time on Tuesday did he die? Do you have an idea? Wumi: I do not have an idea. Question: was it in the morning or afternoon? Wumi informed him. When I had my baby, he insisted on burying the placenta, and my husband said he has many wives and he cannot allow him to bury my baby's placenta. And he got mad at me because he thought I ordered my husband, and my father-in-law usually brings different girls to our house to sleep on the island. And there was a day he brought the lady to the house to another room, and my mother-in-law came without informing us that day. And immediately my mother-in-law opened the door that they usually sleep. She saw a lady with my father in-law, and he used to bring them countless times. That day she didn't inform us before coming, and she met a lady in the room with Baba, and she said, why did I allow such in my matrimonial home? And I begged my mother-in-law.
The legitimate child is a 1 year.
fẹ́ sùn tí lè tètè jí jáde la ń kọ́ ní bá yín sọ̀rọ̀ ni tó mo máa bí sí lọ́la àtọ̀túnla gan. This is 2:14. Mo á wà níbí o, tá a bá dẹ̀ rẹni tó fẹ́ wọlé ẹ lè já mi lẹ̀ because bá ní máa sọ mo lè má sùn títí di fọ́ọ̀mù nídìí ọtí burúkú yẹn. Jòsí tí ẹ ti ta má wọrí ó kù díẹ̀ fún ẹ. Ìmójúbótú lójú ohun ọ̀yìká àwọn ẹni bí. Ó tẹ̀ wá ń gbọ́ná ìwọ ló ní kọ́mọ yẹn lọ mo tún wá ń gbọ́ kankan lọ́sàn-án yìí o. Ìwọ ló ní kọ́mọ yìí lóyún o. Ó tún wá lóyún tẹ̀ tí wọ́n sọ pé Jòsí lòun ò ṣèyàwó fún àwọn kọ̀ lọ tọrọ ẹ̀ ní. Kí ló bá fi ṣe ń gbà yẹn? Ṣòro bóyá ọmọ tí ò níran ni Wùmí ni kò fẹ́ kó lóyún fún ẹ kó dẹ̀ kó mú sínú ilé kó má lọ ṣe writing lórí ẹ̀. Bóyá bí Blessing ṣe lọ́lé ọkọ nìyẹn tẹ́ ẹ̀ ṣe nǹkan kan lórí ẹ̀ so bó ṣe fẹ́ kí Wùmí náà wá bẹ́ẹ̀ nìyẹn kó má ṣe nǹkan kan lórí ẹ̀ kó kọ̀ déédéé wọlé Mohbad kó dẹ̀ dìyàwó yín bẹ̀ lẹ́yìn ìyẹn jákujàku yìí. Àṣírí yín ti tú anyway ó kù díẹ̀ tó tún kù náà díẹ̀. Ẹ wo sísítà kan ti wọlé ẹ jẹ́ káwọn yẹn sọ̀rọ̀ kí n mute.
Ọmọ tí òun lè bí kì í ṣe wọn ò kì í ṣe pé wọ́n dẹ̀ love Jòsí ọ̀hún gan. Wọn ò love Jòsí gbogbo wọn nǹkan bí ọ̀rọ̀ àti tèmi pé gbogbo wọn àpò wọn ló ń dùn. Torí tó bá love Jòsí ni nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ lẹ́yìn mo fi mọ̀ pé most of them tó ń support bàbá Mohbad wọ́n kàn ń support wọn pẹ̀lú ìkànnì wọn àti pé òun ló tọ́mọ ẹ̀ àti pé ESA nǹkan tó ń gbọ́ wọn really ṣe pé wọ́n love Jòsí. because ìgbà tí wọ́n post mo kàn come across ibi tán ti kọ́ post ilé family house tán ló ṣe tí wọ́n ìwọ ti tó congratulations sir kíní kan mo dẹ̀ kọ síbẹ̀ mo ní pé those of you congratulate man yìí o I wish you all the same o bí dàbí pé mo lọ sùn nígbà tí màá fi jí láàárọ̀ yìí sister Temi in fact nǹkan tí kọ́mẹ̀ntì mo rí ó lé ní 1 million kíní kan back to sender kíní kan ìgbàgbàlagbòjò kíní kan kíní kan I reject it it's not mo ní so you don't want it and you guys are congratulating him ipe so pé ṣé fake love lẹ ní sí màá yìí ẹ mọ̀ pé nǹkan tí màá yìí ṣe ò dáa ẹ dẹ̀ ń back ẹ up so wọ́n wá ń sọ fún yín pé wọ́n wish yín the same thing ẹ wá ń reject ẹ you people are wicked ẹ kàn tí màá yìí ni ẹ mọ̀ pé nǹkan tó ń ṣe ò dáa ẹ kàn fẹ́ tì sí kòtò ni àwọn pípì wọn mọ̀ nǹkan tó ń ṣe ẹlẹ́dàá Wùmí á dẹ̀ jà fún jòsí ọjọ́ tó máa jókòó tó máa rò pé fake love ni every one of them ní sóun ọjọ́ yẹn Ọlọ́run ṣàjẹ́ kó tètè yé tó bá ní wọ́n love òun irọ́ náà pa wọn ò fẹ́ pé bí ìwà tóun wù wọn ò fẹ́ kó àwọn ò lè wù wọn ò fẹ́ kó ṣẹlẹ̀ sáwọn wọ́n dẹ̀ ń back ẹ̀ off wọ́n dẹ̀ ń sọ most of them gbogbo ìmí inú wọn mọ gbogbo nǹkan tó bá ti sọ fún wọn báyìí bẹ́ẹ̀ ni wọ́n á ní mi kíní kan mo ní ṣé òun èèyàn tó jẹ̀yà nítorí ọmọ ṣé èèyàn tó bímọ kọ́ ló máa tọ́mọ ẹ̀ ni and mélòó ni jòsí tọ́jú lórí àwọn ọmọ ẹ̀ ẹ wá sọ gbogbo wọn wá sí platform lórí ọ̀rọ̀ Mohbad mo wá béèrè pé ìgbà tí gọ́ọ̀mẹ̀ bá tẹ̀sọ́ pé òkè o àwọn ò fẹ́ gbọ́ ọ̀rọ̀ yìí mọ́ lórí social media o pé kán wait pé tí court máa bẹ̀rẹ̀ o mo fẹ́ wo nǹkan tí most of them fẹ́ fi ayé wọn ṣe lórí ọ̀rọ̀ Mohbad mo fẹ́ wo nǹkan tó ń fẹ́ máa tẹ̀ wá ṣe because wọn wá ní nǹkan míì ju Wùmí kíní kan Wùmí ṣe gbá Wùmí ṣàwo tẹ́lẹ̀ bá ṣí báyìí Wùmí ni tọ́hún bá ṣí báyìí mo wá wò pé kí gọ́ọ̀mẹ̀ntì sọ pé òkè o àwọn ò tiẹ̀ fẹ́ gbọ́rọ̀ yìí mọ́ lórí social media ibẹ̀ làṣírí most of them ló máa fi tú pé yes they don't have any other thing jòsí ń gbé lámbà lẹ̀ fún wọn àwọn blogger bàbá jòsí náà ó ń gbé gbogbo ẹ̀yin náà ẹ ṣáà ń tẹ̀lé ẹni tí tọ́ máa ti gbé fún yín bọ̀ tọ́mọ yẹn bá sọ nǹkan kan tí ìyá Mohbad bá sọ ẹ máa nírọ́ ni kò dẹ̀ sí love kankan tán ní sí jòsí ju pé gbogbo àwọn tó aries yẹn gbogbo lion tí gbogbo wọn gbà wọn á ń dájọ́ in fact nǹkan Ọlọ́run kó ṣàánú fún wa nǹkan ẹlòmíì tó ti kọsẹ̀ lórí ọ̀rọ̀ Mohbad yìí lórí ọ̀rọ̀ Liam tó ti ṣépè tó ti kọsẹ̀ àfi oore ọ̀fẹ́ Ọlọ́run nìkan ló lè gba ẹlòmíì oore ọ̀fẹ́ Ọlọ́run nìkan ló lè ṣíjú wo ẹlòmíì because ẹlòmíì ti ṣe nǹkan tó yẹ kó ṣe ó ti ṣẹ̀ sẹ́yìn tó yẹ kó ṣẹ̀ ẹ̀kọ́ wẹ òkè sí nígbà tí wọ́n mú Arifa àti Veron sí yìí ẹ mọ̀ pé irọ́ làwọn pípù yìí ń pa àwọn lè kàn cash out ni still náà ọpọlọ wọ́n yìí yòrò síbẹ̀ wọ́n yìí ń tẹ̀lé wọ́n tún ṣètì síbòmí àwọn tẹ̀lé tí wọ́n ní back off tán wọ́n ní evidence tó fẹ́ fi back off kan tó ń sọ fún yín ẹ̀dẹ̀ yìí ń tẹ̀lé wọn. àwọn èèyàn ìka làwọn èèyàn ìka ti pọ̀ jù nílùú yìí afẹ́ ajẹmáfẹ́ ayó àwọn ló pọ̀ wọ́n máa wòyàn báyìí inú á dẹ̀ máa bí ẹlòmíì ọmọ tí ẹ mọ̀ rí tẹ́ ẹ mọ̀ kan tó ṣe tẹ́ ẹ mọ̀ ẹyẹ tó ṣú tí ò bu yín rí tẹ́ ẹ tàrùn síra yín rí ẹ wá ṣí platform lórí ọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀ ẹ wá bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí gbé wọn àtọmọ ẹ̀ ṣe pé nǹkan tẹ́ ẹ mọ láìpẹ́ ẹ mọ ní anything nípa láìpẹ́. wọ́n ti ṣe ẹ tún ṣe camera down ṣé justice for Mohbad náà nìyẹn àwọn aláìní tìjú àwọn àgbàyà òpònú ọmọ tẹ́ ẹ ti ṣù dànù tẹ́ ẹ ti bírú ẹ̀ lọ́mọ ẹ wá jókòó sórí ọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀ ẹ wá ń fẹ́ fún ojoojúmọ́ ẹ rí nǹkan míì ṣe ẹ ṣáà ń ṣe pé ẹ fẹ́ gbá scores àwọn pípù yẹn in fact ẹlòmíì tọmọ èèyàn bá fẹ́ marry gan kó wò kó tó fẹ́ àwọn ìyá tó ń support Josie yẹn gan àwọn òwú ìyá tó máa ń victimize ìyàwó ọmọ wọn tó máa gbé àpótí ìyàwó ọmọ wọn pé ibo ló fẹ́ gbà irú èèyàn bẹ́ẹ̀ tó bá rí ìyá tó ń support bàbá Mohbad tí obìnrin yẹn ò bá tí ì fẹ́ ọmọ ẹ̀ kó yá gbé àpótí ẹ̀ kó tètè kó yá bẹ́sẹ̀ sọ̀rọ̀ because a normal woman being kò ní jókòó kó máa support Josie ẹ̀dẹ̀ ń gba gbogbo ẹ̀ náà gbogbo ibi tẹ́ ẹ lọ mo tún gbọ́ kan mo ń gbọ́ lórí mi tẹ mọ́ bí tí mo ṣáàrí wọ́n sọ pé káwọn lọ sọ́dọ̀ káwọn padà lọ sọ́dọ̀ bẹ̀rẹ̀kẹ̀tẹ̀ ló máa ṣe kínní kan ìgbà tẹ́ kọ́kọ́ lọ kí lẹ mú bọ̀ ń bẹ̀ bẹ̀rẹ̀kẹ̀tẹ̀ ló máa ṣe kéésì àwọn ọlọ́pàá ò handle kéésì yìí dáadáa àwọn ọlọ́pàá ò ṣe kínní kan bẹ̀rẹ̀kẹ̀tẹ̀ ó fèsì àwọn ọlọ́pàá ó ṣe kínní kan òun làwọn máa lọ àwọn tó máa padà lọ ṣé kò ń sùn yín gbogbo ibi tẹ́ ẹ̀ lọ náà àbùkù lẹ́ ń bàbọ̀ bẹ̀ ẹ ṣàfẹ́ sọ pé I don't know ọlọ́run á gbà wá lọ́wọ́ Josie mo kúkú ti sọ pé kí Tinubu bá wa dá sọ̀rọ̀ yìí kó bá wa gbé Josie kó Nàìjíríà because ó ti fẹ́ẹ̀ dàlú ìrú tán tó bá rí lè DNA test àtẹ̀yí tó fẹ́nu DNA test àtẹ̀yí tó fẹ́nu DNA in fact ẹlòmíì kò mọ bàbá ẹ̀ ó pariwo DNA test lórí nǹkan tí Josie dá sílẹ̀ ọlọ́run á gbà wá o ọlọ́run á gbà wá lọ́wọ́ Josie o torí gbogbo àwọn pípò aries yẹn ìgbà tọ́nà bá máa dì pẹ̀lú wúmà yẹn kò ní mọ bí tóun ti ṣẹ̀ tọ́nà bá máa dìde sí wúmà yẹn ọlọ́run á gbà wá o ẹ máa bẹ́ tù lọ. torí mi mọ bẹ́ẹ̀ lómi ṣe gbé ọ̀rọ̀ lọ́rọ̀ sórí ọmọ tí ẹ mọ̀ rí tó kàn jẹ́ pé orí social media lẹ fi ń gbọ́ àwọn tó búlì ẹ̀gbọ́n ṣe láwọn kan náà ń jayé káàkiri ń sì tún wọ̀n yín ẹ wá jókòó síbi ọmọ ọlọ́mọ tó jókòó tọpọ̀ ẹ̀ òun lè wá ń victimize lójoojúmọ́ lè wá gbàpò títì Josie in fact ó yẹ kó tètè ronúpìwàdà o kí o ọlọ́run aṣọ wà o. orí ẹ ti burú Michael orí ẹ ti burú. ìsọkùnrin tó máa ń fẹ́ ọmọ wa ní àṣẹwù yìí ẹ̀yin ìkà òsì ẹ̀yin amòfin mẹ́fọ̀ ìkà àpònú. àwọn aláyé bàjẹ́ àwọn òṣè yìí òṣì àdẹ ṣe bàbá àwọn bàbá tó wà bí wọn ṣe bàbá òṣì àwọn aláyé bàjẹ́ ẹ máa ẹ̀ẹ́dẹ̀ lọ síbi tẹ́ tí ń gbọ̀gbọ̀kúgbọ̀ àwọn ẹni bí sísá tèmi ẹ máa bẹ́tò lọ jàre.
On this case you no go get more knowledge but if you follow real lawyer talk you go get a lot of knowledge.
ọmọ tí wàá kún under 24 hours.
Exactly.
ojú òní ti gbé sí fún àwọn gbòkú sílé fọ́sẹ̀ kan ni.
èmi ti sọ fún wa tẹ́lẹ̀ mo ti sọ fún wa tẹ́lẹ̀
pé mo kàn kéré orí ẹ̀.
this man we are talking about ṣé ẹ believe kó possible kí bàbá yẹn kó máa sọ fún Sam Larry àti Naira Marley nà tẹ bá nà máa padà wá bá
mi. ó ní nínú testimony bàbá sọ pé Wumi sọ pé ẹnìkan sọ fún òun pé Mohbad kan ló lọ ọmọ fún Wumi máa ń ṣèrànù kiri wọ́n ní tó bá dé high court bàbá wọn ní láti lọ wá evidence yẹn jáde.
bẹ́ẹ̀ ni for sure na ó dárúkọ
àwọn tó sọ fún ẹ
ó
wọ́n ní
dárúkọ
bọ̀
blessing náà ó ní kí blessing.
spending tí náà wọ́n sọ ní ti fún bàbá náà wọ́n ní well bàbá needs to come and prove it in high court.
ṣé spending náà sọ pé sọ fún bàbá ni àbí máa sí.
It's my see will come and prove it in
ó ní
high court.
blessing náà mọ̀ ń pa ẹ̀.
But blessing ò tí wàá sọ̀rọ̀ ta.
bẹ́ẹ̀ sì ò sì ẹ̀sọ́ anything tiẹ̀ ọlọ́run ló mọ bí.
He tell me dem Naira Marley lawyer now. Also Naira Marley àti Sam Larry too na the same person dey represent both of them. But why when people wọ́n ti jáde wá ti wá sọ̀rọ̀ because lawyer ti kìlọ̀ fún wọn kó má sọ̀rọ̀. Ó ní bí òun náà ṣe sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀ gbọ́dọ̀ o pé kó má sọ̀rọ̀ rárá.
ìní ìjẹsì ìjọba ẹ̀kọ́ ọ̀rọ̀ bàbá lẹ́fẹ̀ẹ́ ìwọ̀n gbére ni.
Ó ní if possible sef make Mama Mohbad no come out again. Bó òun rí fídíò tí Mama Mohbad wá sí platform kan tó wá dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ àwọn èèyàn. Ó ní if that case reach Supreme Court, all Mama go see fine say why you come dey thank people? Iṣẹ́ wo lọ ṣe fún ẹ?
bẹ́ẹ̀ ni.
So ó ní kò yẹ kó máa jáde rárá. Pé àwọn Sam Larry boy wà yẹn bí wọ́n sọ̀rọ̀ ń pa ẹ̀.
ó lè sọ pé ti award tán fóun ni náà ṣàfihàn.
Well that's true but ṣáà ni kò yẹ kó máa jáde rárá pé Wumi bó ṣe jáde yẹn kó dáa kó má jáde rárá o. Make she dey no be say him dey support Wumi o but òun kàn wo from the law aspect make she no comot make she dey inside make she no even follow anybody talk.
ìmọ̀tò fi ń sọ̀rọ̀ náà fi ń kóra wọn sí trouble.
Only there's a video of her that came out talking about Prime Boy. Only kò yẹ kó jáde láti wá sọ fídíò yẹn. Pé kò yẹ kó omi ẹ gbóná. Only kò yẹ kó sọ̀rọ̀ rárá dùn. Mo ní but she did already na pé kí ló fẹ́ ṣe. Only well she can still defend it but kò yẹ kó jáde rárá. Because we are taking the cases with Wumi and Baba Mohbad but no. The case is with Aloba family and the state, Lagos State. Aloba family and Lagos State. Not even Aloba and Wumi. Nope. It's Aloba and Lagos State.
Oh.
So autopsy or no autopsy, Josie lọ sẹ́wọ̀n o.
Normal náà ṣé àwọn ọkọ tó ń bọ̀ ṣe ṣe.
ọ̀hún blabla mouth wọn ni.
kéèsì yóò ti ṣe kéèsì kéèsì yóò ti di kéèsì náà ó dìgbà tó bá ta autopsy àti toxicology.
I come tell am say but that Sylvester case no reach kini na only here but that one na normal case na pé na the family dey sue the school no be anything only for ilé na ìjọba lọ́ba lẹ́jọ́ no be family to family ìjọba ni because ìjọba ti lè exhume body yẹn.
ìjọba ti tẹ̀sẹ̀
bọ̀.
Why do you no go there?
Resident area without no permit.
Only resident area lásán gan. I ask her that resident area only live Aloba dey go jail.
Can you imagine?
Anyway, Mama Maggie, if you don't even in abroad, right? There's so many things that are offense requires a fine or a jail time, but police overlook it. For example,
Sometimes, yeah.
air freshener taman fi síwájú mọ́tò yẹn, you can actually get a ticket for that in America. I don't know about every other country, but in America is the offense because you are blocking your view as a driver. So if police pull you over, they can actually give you a ticket for that air freshener. Tamahang síwájú mọ́tò yẹn is a crime. You can actually get ticket for that and point on your license. So people think Nigeria, this thing is not working. Only go to court in Nigeria. Just go to court and you will understand. Not all states. Yeah, I'm not saying all states. That's why I said I'm not sure about every other state. But the state where I deal, it's even in Chicago. In Chicago, if you go past some standard speed limit, it's a criminal offense. Chicago and Virginia.
You only play some Mama no.
Texas, Virginia,
no, only
Florida. Florida. Indianapolis, no,
a bag they go always fuller.
Only New York. Pennsylvania, no, you can Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
Not only New York and the J. In fact, not only New York, they bent still kill. I do not major DC. Texas, two of major DC, they still get a pass.
So, in country, Oshele, by NCP, Josie and Lofemosa.
Only regardless of anything, there are videos of Josie outside. to contradict ara in so many places.
ó lóun
Gbogbo
mọ
nǹkan
ẹni
tó dẹ̀
tó
ń
mọ
sọ
ọmọ
tó
òun
bá ní
ó dẹ̀
evidence.
jẹ́ kó máa waste owó ó dẹ̀ mọ
ó
ẹni
lé
tó mọ
òun
ọmọ
mọ́yọ̀
tó
tó
pa
pa
mọ́
mọ́ pé tó bá ti ṣe DNA tán lóun tó máa sọ.
Yes.
àná ó dẹ̀ jẹ́ kí gọ́ọ̀mẹ̀ntì máa waste owó
Ìjọba ń
ó
waste
dẹ̀ ń
owó now.
tẹnu mọ́ ó dẹ̀ ń
Government
keep
resources.
saying it.
wọ́n máa kanra mọ́mọ́ yẹn
wọ́n
gan
yẹ
kọ́.
rí wọ́n ẹ̀ máa ẹ̀
ìgbà
rí
tó bá gbé Mohbad dé tó bá gbé
gọ́ọ̀mẹ̀ntì nìkan.
toxicology dé tó bá sọ pé abẹ́rẹ́
Well,
tó
I
fún
asked,
Mohbad.
I asked about that DNA aspect as well. Mo professor ni kọ́ máa lọ screenshot mi. But if you don't mind, I can see it because kò favour wa dọ̀.
I
I
know.
asked about the DNA part. He said some things according to the law that make me realize that, oh, okay, which makes sense. So when MFM said something to First Lady, pé this other opponent, Tabaripo, they are joyous and everything. There are some things in the law we don't know that they know that their lawyer is telling them that is giving them confidence. They say they go win the case as long as you can interpret the law to favor you. That's it.
ó mọ̀ pé lọ́ọ̀ fún ni ṣá
Very
wọ́n bá
funny.
bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní demonstrate nínú court irú ìtọ́ sọ pé wọ́n ẹ̀ bá mi wọ́n lè ní kéèyàn kan sùn sílẹ̀ kan gbé sọ̀tún kan gbé sí náírà is this environment ìyẹn close níbẹ̀ nìyẹn
ìyẹn pé
wọ́n bá
ìyẹn tẹ̀ wá kéré gan.
demonstrate láì nínú court
ṣé
ayé
mọ nǹkan tó ń dùn mí ṣé mọ nǹkan tó ń dùn mí ni pé bàbá jòsí olóńgbà sáwọn olóńgbò èso ṣó ò
And
rí
they
mi
go come
lọ́ọ̀yà
up now. Why they come down?
ṣó ò rí lọ́ọ̀yà ń bíbá ẹni lọ́ọ̀yà ló dúró yìí
network
náà.
Maya,
problem said he has problem with his network.
kó sì ẹ
oh,
fún mi
okay.
ní 15 gospel kó fẹ́ mi 15 million mo kì í gbó púpọ̀ kan fún mi 15 tá a bá ṣe kéèsì tán pé mi bingo a ṣe kéèsì tán within 1 week.
Strong tower. What do you mean that's not true for DNA? Can you explain? Because in give me the section, though. I have the section. Olajide Etusi ti wọlé. Ó dà pé ọmọ sí platform lálẹ́ yìí. In give me the section
ó ti
for
gbé
the
nǹkan mi wá
constitution.
Ọlájídé tó ti yá wèrè
Mommy is coming tonight.
Ọlájídé tó jẹ́ pé orí òpè Ọlájídé tó jẹ́ pé bọ̀bọ̀ tó ń jọ ń gbé yẹn bọ̀bọ̀ yẹn ń dóyàwó ẹ kò dẹ̀ mọ̀.
Make it no distract us. No worry. Make it no distract us.
fi bọ́ yẹn sílẹ̀.
And the wait, make persuade talk about the DNA talk. Oh. We will me use Obi Kubana lawyer. Don't worry. We will use Obi Kubana lawyer.
àti ẹ̀ ti ní lọ́ọ̀yà kò sí problem bàbá Fálànà wà ń bẹ̀.
and that but
Ask for DNA when we get there. We'll cross it.
Gossip
Yo, that's the
whatever
problem. Hold on, MFN goes on over. Again, I would have like to say this, but I don't want to say it online because they're gonna screenshot it and start using it against us. But no, trust me, if you don't know the law, you would think everything you're saying is right until you know the law exactly. We spent about 2 hours on the phone today, and I'm telling you, we spoke at length. And when I say at length,
well, we get there, of course.
yeah. He said that my cousin said, they follow all those TikTok lawyers. Only book is just about she in law school.
ó ti ẹ̀ bọ́bọ́ ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ ń wò yẹn kó tẹ̀ ṣe téèyàn ń gbọ́rọ̀ lọ́rọ̀ ẹnu
She
lọ.
said book is just in law school. When I on TikTok lawyer talk about kankan.
ó rí bó ṣe ń ta mọ́ gbogbo èèyàn káàkiri.
but do you think
ṣé ò ní
but
sọ̀rọ̀ Mohbad náà ni.
let me ask you something Gossip do you think whatever that person you called knows do you think Falana doesn't know it?
He does. Which is why I'm talking about that DNA aspect as well. Which is why I feel like, okay, these guys actually know what they are doing. Like,
they know what they are doing now. That's what I'm
know,
telling
trust
you.
me, they know.
torí ọ̀rọ̀ lọ yóò gùn gan-an.
Shady about on the outside, Lamo Falana is not working. But there are some things Falana cannot do. Irú àwọn tó ń bú mi and sing. I had. Only there's nothing they can do. Freedom of speech ni.
There is nothing they can do about that.
Freedom
but
of speech ni.
I'm talking about, well, you know one thing. I don't know Falana.
unless tó bá gba personal lawyer.
So
Yeah, I don't know.
freedom of speech ni. You can't control what people say on social media. Money Baba ń bully ọmọ yìí now. Only yes, there's freedom of speech now. You can't control what Baba says online. No. Baba is free to say whatever he wants to say.
abeg not say that one again.
No, bá mi gbọ́ kan Sunday.
ó lè gba personal lawyer.
Ó lè gba personal lawyer kó wá sue Baba because again that's a.
Yeah, because àwọn Falana they are standing for her as an activist.
Yeah, as an activist.
mọ̀mí
But they are
Maggie.
not involved in Corona.
Eléyìí kàn
That's
fẹ́
why
kó
when
bá
these
bàbá
people are
ni.
jubilating, pé Falana ti filẹ̀.
Ṣé
Then
ẹ
you
rí
know where
Godswill bí
Falana fi sọ bẹ́ẹ̀.
Godswill bí yóò kí ń ṣèyàn dáadáa. Ó kàn fẹ́ kó bá bàbá ni ní Godswill bí.
Bàbá máa lo 6 months lẹ́wọ̀n.